Hi there, this is Matt, giving you guys a little update on what I'm doing now. You may ask yourself, what does a manager of a hunting and fishing department do when he gets off work? Well, if he's any good, he fishes. That's what we're doing today. This is a little pond behind my house here, behind my apartment, and it's got some brim in it. It's got some bass in it too. So hopefully I can show you a bass today. Typically when you do fish these ponds, a lot of people make the mistake of immediately throwing out to the middle of the pond, but really, typically speaking, especially in the morning and the afternoon, your bass usually hunt around the edges. That's what we're doing today, is just fishing the edges with a, oh, there's a bass right there. There he is. Ugh. Not a bad sized bass. Actually, this is probably the biggest one I've caught in this pond since I started fishing here. Check that out. Right in the top of the mouth. Let's get a picture here. Make sure you guys see that. Beautiful. There you go. Let me show you the bait I'm using. I had to replace it because that bass tore it up. Now if you notice, this is the color of the lure. It's called watermelon red, very popular. And if you look in the background of this pond, you'll see a very similar color background to the shoreline and in the water. You want to match the color of your lure to the color of the water in the backdrop, because that's what looks more natural to the fish. That's what I found works better in these ponds. Now let me show you how I rig this lure. Put your hook through the end of the lure and come out about 1 centimeter below the front. Pull all the way up. This has got an offset shank, which is what you want. It's called a G-lock worm hook, made by several different companies. Then you see where the hook is supposed to come out at, about right there. So I'm going to mark that with my thumb. Put the bait back through it out the top, perfectly rigged. Alright, let's see if we can catch another one. Okay, got another bite here. Let's see if he's still there. Oh, he let go of it. Man. Had a nice bump there and let go of it. I'm going to take this opportunity while I cast back to this fish to tell you how you work this bait. I don't use a sinker. I really don't like using a sinker if I can all help it, because it gives the bait a more natural action and a slower fall. And by twitching this bait, it's going to walk back and forth sideways underneath the water. And the bass love it. Now what you do is, if you notice, I'm keeping my rod tip away from the lure. The reason why I'm doing that is when I get a hit, I'm going to point to my lure with the rod tip, which will give the fish about 6 or 7 foot of slack line, and that way he can eat it. If you keep pressure on the fish, he's probably not going to eat it, and you're probably not going to get the hook into him. Well, here's an interesting sight. You may say, what is that? That, my friends, is a nutria. Non-native aquatic rodent, brought in to control another non-native plant called the water hyacinth. These guys were supposed to eat them, but they found themselves liking grandmother's flower bed a lot more. Let's see where he's going. We can film some more of this guy. I got his attention. There's your boy. And he's pretty close to me right now. Let me zoom out. That's how close he was. And I ain't got no food.